right now, I've put my guys Chris Brockman and T.J. Jefferson on the same designation on our depth chart. They're both ones.
Thank you.
So that is just again, I'm just inspired by what Todd Bowles is doing with his quarterback situation right now. Did you see that? You put Baker Mayfield and also Trask.
Mayfield.
What's
and
the order?
Every year there's something like this, and of course they put out the depth chart, and then they say it doesn't mean anything. Well, then why are you putting it out? The league requires them to put it out before the preseason opener. They downplay it. They say a PR person put it together. Well, it's at least some educated idea of where things stand, and obviously they don't want to tip their hand as to whether it's going to be Mayfield or Trask starting Week 1. The key, I think, is going to be the third preseason game. Bowles has been asked about that before, which guy's going to start that one. That's going to go a long way toward letting us know who's going to be the Week 1 starter, and that's the bottom line. At some point, you got to get one of these guys ready. And the longer you dilute the reps, the harder it is for the guy who's going to have the job to be fully prepared for it.
Well, I just thought to myself, with a bye week at Week 5, if Mayfield's son, for some reason, doesn't perform well enough in the first 4 weeks and things are really taking on water, that's when you go with Trask after a bye. And if that doesn't happen, then bye-bye to everybody. And in comes Caleb Williams' attempts, and then damn the torpedoes, as opposed to starting Trask and having Baker come in there and hold a clipboard, which is, I think, the demoralizing way to go. I just don't see that happening, Mike.
Yeah, he picked his shot in Tampa, and he took a very, very low-dollar contract. The Ravens reportedly were interested in him. That was back when Baltimore didn't know what was going to happen with Lamar Jackson. And if Baker Mayfield loses this competition with Kyle Trask, now look, Trask was brought in ostensibly to be the guy who takes over when Tom Brady goes, and now Tom Brady's gone. Why would you need Baker Mayfield if Trask is developing the way you want? I think the fact they signed Mayfield was interpreted by many as an indication that maybe Trask isn't what they need him to be. And if Trask is winning this thing, it's just not a good sign for Mayfield. And you're right, too. Anytime there's a protracted competition like this, more often than not, the guy that wins it simply wins the right to be the first guy benched. It didn't happen last year with Geno Smith and Drew Lock because Smith was great from the start of the season and never let up. But if you struggle, if you're teetering toward being out of playoff contention, if it's just time to see what the other guy can do, that guy that started the season number 2 is going to get a chance at some point, sooner or later.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.